going to do an energetic entrance, but I just haven't got that much energy. Right, 2026, and we are back. We've had a good break, and now we're back, and we wanted to make a new boomerang, which we've done. I've been going on about these for a little while now, but there it is. This is our Vortex Ghost, 16-inch point-to-point. This is based on, I've mentioned him before, it's based on Al Gerhards' old shape from the late 70s. He was an American boomerang maker who not only sort of pioneered the strip laminating process, where we use different woods. This one's oak, utility, and ash in here. So not only the strip laminating process was something that Gerhards had a lot to do with, but also he was experimenting. He was trying to make boomerang shapes that would fly further and have a longer range. So this is very much based on Gerhards' what was called the white lightning shape, and it's great. It really does fly. So anyway, we've been busy working away on those since we got back after Christmas, and really proud to say we've done the first half a dozen of these. They've all sold pretty much immediately to boomerang enthusiasts who are sort of into this sort of thing. But anyway, so yeah, these are impressive. When they fly, you're looking at, I'll put a little video at the end, but you're looking at about a 50 meter, that would be impressive. We're looking at a 50 meter radius flight, and what's really nice is that the boomerang just kind of stays at the same altitude all the way around and just comes back into a sort of gentle hover to you. And you throw it and you're watching it and you're like, that has just gone miles. There's absolutely no way on earth that's going to come back, and it just does, and they're great fun. So anyway, what's special about these, apart from the shape and the flight range, is the way they're made. This is what Al described as his double offset laminate, which sounds very technical. What it means is that when we make these boomerangs, like we got them over here, that we've got a whole pile of Sky Surfers that are just begging you to buy them. And there's some more of the hooks that are sort of in the middle of being varnished. But when we make these boomerangs, obviously what we do, we steam shape the various different veneers. And we've got different woods, and then we steam shape it into the shape of a boomerang, and then laminate it all together, glue it all together in a big mold. And when it comes out, you've got a boomerang that looks like that. It's like a sort of rainbow of wood, and it makes a really strong. It's a very strong way of building with wood. But what's crazy about the Vortex Ghosts is that what we've done is we've made a laminate just like this boomerang here, but then we've made another one, what you would call a stereo, and cut a very thin, sort of 3.5mm thick slice of it, and then we've planed the two surfaces planar and stuck them back to back to make one boomerang. And what that does, firstly, it makes a boomerang that's incredibly strong and very sort of laterally stiff, so that the stiffer the boomerang is, the better it's going to perform in the air, because it's not kind of flapping around in the breeze. But with the long distance boomerangs, those other boomerangs, they're made so they sit pretty much flat on the deck. With a long distance boomerang, what you actually need is a bit of what's called dihedral, which is where, if this is sat on a flat plane like that, these wingtips need to be, in a gentle arch up to about sort of 5mm off the deck at the tips. And you can do that by sort of steaming the bend in, but it's a bit vague and it tends to relax out. If you've made your double offset laminate, stuck them both together and put that in a mold that has the 5mm dihedral molded into it, A, they're going to be the same every time, in terms of dihedral anyway, but B, it's never going to relax out of it. That's how it's been molded. And the other really nice thing, just from an aesthetic point of view, is what we do is we make the top set of laminates out of one blend of woods. So here we've got English oak, local English oak actually, and utility, which is a sort of mahogany type wood. But on the back, the other laminate, the stereo, we've done in beech, ash, and English oak. So you get this. It's kind of crazy that it's kind of made out of different wood front to back. It's also weighted on the lift arm. So if you weight one side of the boomerang, it will help to give the boomerang, it's part of what gives the boomerang longer range, because it means that the thing is kind of lopping forward in the air. Like, you don't really see it, but that's kind of what it's doing, and it kind of pulls the boomerang into more space ahead of it. Finished with we've got a special blue version of our logo for these ones, and a nice tasteful sort of 80s style screen print on there. And then what I've done is I've finished these with a natural wood oil called Le Tonkanoir. No expense spared. That's a really, really nice oil for those who know their wood finishing. But then the tips we've actually done in a harder wearing gloss varnish. So it's very, very subtle. I don't know if you can see it in the light there. But the tips have got this sort of chevron shape to them, and they're kind of extra protected. And then the rest of it is done in a sort of slightly more matte or satin finish oil. Each one is numbered, production number. This is number 2. And there it is. And we're in the middle of actually printing, because we're absolute suckers for punishment here. I don't know why we do it to ourselves, but we do. We're in the middle of printing the boxes themselves. So these are going to come in this very cool box. That's the first colour down, the screen printed, so we do it colour by colour. Got the red down, and then I'm just setting up the screen for the black, which will have the bulk of the text and the detail on. But yeah, you know, we're kind of committed, almost obsessed by doing everything ourselves, which makes for a tough life, but no, we enjoy it. Anyway, there it is. I want to put a little video at the end of one doing its thing down at the beach, so you can see how they fly. Thanks for watching.